long had the view that money is very insignificant. There are a whole lot of almost cliches in the economics profession. Money is a veil, Irving Fisher said. I think it was John Stuart Mill who said there's nothing that could be more insignificant than money. The idea that money is neutral dominates mainstream economics. Wherever did that idea come from?
It's really odd because it has nothing to do with what economists actually do. Yeah, there's a sense that all economies are really barter economies. Money is this social contrivance whereby we make it a little more convenient, but it's not important. Look away, look away. Again, another word, there's nothing to see here kind of moments. And it goes back to Adam Smith, actually. There's a fascinating story that we all learn about where money is supposed to come from. Originally, there's barter, and everybody's saying, I'll give you 20 chickens for that cow. You say, well, I don't really need chickens right now, so firewood maybe, eggs. Eventually, either you hit on something the guy needs, or you have to invent money. And we all learn this. In fact, being an anthropologist is kind of a personal, professional pet peeve, because we've been looking for 150 years. If there's any place in the world they did that, we would have found it by now. There isn't. It's not true. They do lots of other things, but they never do that. And it's kind of amazing, considering there really aren't that many things that nobody ever does.
Once again, I'm 54 years old. I just turned 54 a couple of weeks ago. Half a century plus 4, and I just found out that what I thought was true, that we used to like barter all the time, and people would say, just like this guy said, David Graeber, who's an anarchist, there's no society where they do that barter. And he confirmed already what Michael Hudson had said in another video that I'd commented on, that people going back thousands of years use credit. Credit was used for money and has been used for money for thousands of years. So we're being duped by his fellow, not necessarily anarchists, but his fellow libertarian types who say we need to go back to gold, which gold, it wasn't used. It's a meaningless construct. I just think that's very interesting. This guy, he wrote a book called Debt, the First 5,000 Years, and he discusses debt and how it got tied up with morality. He said at one time that debt and sin were the same word. And he says a lot of things. It's very interesting. But I just think it's very interesting that that whole barter idea that we all grew up thinking was true is actually a bunch of hogwash. It's not true. A lot of this stuff that these smart people argue about, they don't stand the smell test, and they don't have anything to do with human experience and human history, which is what matters. Not just logic, but history. So yeah, it's just an interesting little point. Thank you.